Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Birdies with Boynsy. Today, the much anticipated for the favourite viewer on YouTube, a What's in the Bag special. So, we're going to start off at the top end. Currently, I've got the Rogue ST Max LS with the Tensei white, extra stiff, 65 gram shaft, 9 degree. I've really got on well with the Callaway drivers over the years and just tend to upgrade to the latest one. So hopefully next week be having a look at the Paradigm and see how that fits in. Matching 3-wood, same shaft, a little bit heavier. Shafts get heavier throughout the bag for me. 3-wood in the same sort of shaft, same fitting, same head, just fits in nicely. Gives me a good gapping at the top end of the club. This year, I went for the hybrid, Rogue ST Pro. Sometimes I carry a driving iron and I've got a spare one that's in the garage that, depending if I'm down on the links or playing an inland course, I might go hybrid or the driving iron. Depends what I feel like I'm going to use most off the tee. Depends what I'm going to use majority of second shots if I need a higher flighted shot in. You might have noticed at the end of the grips I've got some Arcos in there. They help me track my shots, give me my data for my round. What clubs am I hitting from where? How far are they going? What clubs am I using the most? Right, irons through the bag. I've got 4 to pitching wedge. I've got the Rogue ST Pros here, 7 iron. You might notice it's a little bit cleaner than last week's episode. I've got the Rifle Tour flighted 105 gram, 6.5 shafts. Grips throughout the bag, I've got the same matching grips on driver, on woods and irons. I've got different ones on the wedges, but we'll get to them in a second. Yeah, really like the feel of the irons there. Come off nicely. Again, be interesting to see how they compare to the Paradigm irons when we try them out next week. The wedges, I've got the Jaws Raw. Right, my favourite one, the 58, 8Z bounce. You can open this up, you can play a lot of number of shots with it. In the 50 and 54, I've got the standard bounce. I tend to play more full shots with them, and the 58 is the club I use in around the green. Again, just got the wedge flex shaft in there and the standard grip on those. I like having a little bit more feel in and around the green, a little bit more touch. Feel like I get a little bit more control with it. And finally, the putter that was up with the drivers. You're not going to hold your putts if you have your putter down in with your wedges. It wants to be friends with the driver. I've got the Toulon, the Odyssey Toulon number 7. It's got a softer face. I don't accelerate through the putts enough. So instead of actually practicing and learning how to accelerate, by having a softer face, I've got to hit it harder, otherwise my putts won't get to the hole. One of the episodes earlier, you saw me hit a good putt that just trailed off with not enough pace. Again, if I'd have hit through that, I'd have gone in. Just a standard grip again, the Arcos in the club there. Just helps me track my stats. Not very good on the stroke game putting. Throughout the bag, what else have we got? We've got some waterproofs in here. We'll probably find some sweets as well, some handles for when it's cold. There we go, what did I say? Sweets, jelly babies in there. Hat for just in case when it's sunny. Always need a brolly, you never know when it's going to rain. And I've got my bushnell for my yardage. I've got my hat, that was a present. Most of my head covers are presents. That's my bag. At the moment, I've got my tour bag. As you saw last week when we change over to the carry bag, when the weather's not as good, taking half the set, keep it lighter, less balls. In here, 3 sleeves of the Callaways, triple tracks. I like using the triple track to line it up. So, that's what's in my bag. I'll put a bit more of a description about the clubs, or talk about them a bit more in the description. And as I say, we've got the Callaway fitting day coming up on the 8th of February. So it'll be interesting to see how the Paradigms compare against these. And we might have another What's in the Bag coming up. Now that the weather's getting a bit better, the videos will start to venture back outside. So if you've got any shots that you'd like me to have a look at, please mention them. Thanks everyone, have a good weekend.